How to be childish, day 7. Speak the truth simply. Good morning, St. Peter's. Welcome again this morning. We're going to read out Matthew 5:33 to 37. And as we do, look for those 3 parts that we've been talking about. Traditional teaching, vicious cycle that leads to, or the law I should say, vicious cycle, and then childish behaviour, childish transforming behaviour. Listen, again, you have heard it said, verse 33, to our ancestors, you must not break your oath, but you must keep your oaths to the Lord. But I tell you, don't take an oath at all, either by heaven because it's God's throne, or by the earth because it's his footstool, or by Jerusalem because it is the city of the great king. Do not swear by your head because you cannot make a single hair black or white. But let your yes be yes and your no mean no. Anything more than this comes from the evil one. Well, traditional rules are pretty simple. Have a look at listen to verse 33. Do not make an oath, or you must not break an oath. You must keep your oaths to the Lord. This was the law. You must not swear falsely and you must keep your oaths to the Lord. But the vicious cycle that this law creates is in verses 34 to 36. This adultish behaviour comes down to details. And he says, don't take an oath at all, either by heaven, God's throne, or footstool, or Jerusalem, because you can't change your hair colour one bit by taking an oath. The point is that people in Jesus' day, instead of taking the name of Yahweh, of course they were simply saying, well, I swear by God's throne, something they might feel is lesser, or I swear by God's footstool, or I swear by the city of Jerusalem. You can see how the law leads to that vicious cycle of looking at details and trying to find loopholes in simply the words that we say. And so Jesus says you must not swear at all. Now, the temptation here is to make yet another law to say that, well, we shouldn't swear at all. And people have done this with regard to courtroom laws where you swear on the Bible, or you say, I promise to tell the truth. But Jesus is not replacing a law with yet another law. He's replacing the law with the fulfillment of the law, that is to be people obedient from the heart for the Father. And so Jesus gives us this replacement. It says in verse 37, this is how children are to behave. Let your yes be yes, and your no be no. He just says, simply speak plain truth. We know what this is, and yet it's so difficult. Very simple, but we are to speak truth, whether it hurts or whether it doesn't. Children do this because they trust their father. They may get taken advantage of, they may offend, but a child trusts their father. And this transforms relationships. You can see how this builds trust with others. And this also shows others that you're not trying to circumnavigate things or to be duplicitous, but instead you're someone that speaks truth. That's it for today. See you tomorrow.